So over some of these videos, we've talked about transformations such as scaling down or rotating. And remember the difference with what we can do here with edit, transform is these things like rotation will only affect what is on the layer that I'm selected. So I'm on this layer 5. In the beginning of the semester, we went under image, rotate, and that would rotate everything, all of our layers. So if we want to work on just one layer, we go to Edit, Transform. So I think for this upcoming project to create something new, this is a good place to go and to look to see what transformations you can use that could help you get your objects into the right shape or size. Now remember, the rule with scale is that you can make things smaller, but don't make them larger. That will make them pixelated. If we want to lock the proportions so we don't end up distorting them, like making them like too skinny or too fat, you're going to grab from a corner and drag in. I'm dragging it in. It's actually going off my canvas. I can then put my mouse right into the middle and scoot it back up. So again, we don't make it larger than the original, only smaller. And if you're satisfied with your transformation, you need to either commit or cancel before you move on. So I can commit. Another thing I could do under Edit, Transform, there is Rotate, and I could rotate my objects. Again, I have to commit before I can move on. And if you do the keyboard shortcut Control T, then you can rotate or scale either one with that bounding box. Back under there, Edit. There's also Skew, Distort, Perspective. These are all good if you're trying to get a little bit of depth going on into your image. So it's not going to really work with my finger, but it allows you to change the depth, the perspective in your image. So in this one, you don't want to do too much because it's just going to make it look very silly. I can't really affect the perspective of my finger too much, but you get the idea. Basically made this look like it was wider here. Other areas, so you guys can go ahead and just kind of experiment with these, would be the rotation and also the flip horizontal and flip vertical. So these things could also potentially be interesting or help you out in trying to make, some of these types of new objects where you have something, a good selection, but it needs to be going in the other directions. You can go up to Edit, Transform, Flip Horizontal, so on and so forth, okay? So mostly I'd like you guys just to be aware, remember that you have all those options under Edit, Transform, and experiment with them on your own and see if they can be helpful for this upcoming project.